guys, it's Jessii Vee, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you a very eerie story about the girl with candy corn eyes. This story really creeped me out. It's very disturbing, sad, upsetting. Before I get started though, just one last reminder that we only have about 2 more videos with this Halloween backdrop, and then we're moving on to a Christmassy, wintry backdrop. So if you would like to win this one, you do have another chance to do so. If you want to enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, turn on your notification bell, and then head over to my Instagram. It is jessiivee. Give it a follow and send me a DM telling me what your favorite movie is to watch around Halloween. And that's all you have to do, and I'll be announcing the winner next week. By the way, if I sound weird, I'm completely stuffed up. Don't worry, I do not have the plague. I did test, I'm fine. But right now my face feels like a balloon, my throat feels like a balloon, so just bear with me. Okay, so before I get into the creepy story, let's talk about the history of candy corn. Now, candy corn is a very controversial candy. You either love it or you hate it. There's just no in between, but people really associate it with Halloween. So I have a little experiment that I want you to participate in. If you're watching right now and you actually like candy corn, please comment the orange heart. And if you do not like it, comment the ghost emoji. I'm gonna see which one there is more of, and I gotta say, I'm with the ghosts. I don't like this candy very much. I think it's just too sweet for me and the texture's really weird, but some people really like it, and I wanna know who those people are. Don't be ashamed. Candy corn's origins are a little iffy, but it seems to have come out around in the 1880s, a time when candy companies were molding treats into the shape of pumpkins, chestnuts, turnips, and other agricultural products. And it was the Jelly Belly company that really brought this candy to fame. But what's strange is that in 1898, they began marketing it as chicken feed. That was the original name for candy corn. I feel like it's kind of strange to call a candy that, but people loved it. They thought it was so cool that you could actually eat something that sounded like it was meant for animals. A little strange. Candy corn from the 1920s displayed a rooster and the motto, "King of the Candy Corn Fields." And in the early 20th century, candy corn was known as penny candy. So this was the type of candy that kids could buy a lot of for a very small amount of money. National Candy Corn Day is October 30th, and 9 billion pieces of candy corn are produced each year. And I know some of you watching eat it, and you love it. Tell me if it's you. Okay, so let's talk about the girl with the candy corn eyes. There's a legend from the 1980s about a little girl that went missing while she was out trick-or-treating one Halloween night. She was 10 years old, and her parents thought that she was old enough to go out trick-or-treating by herself as long as she was back in the house by 9 p.m. And as you can guess, she did not return home, and her parents really began to worry. They walked through the neighborhood searching for her but couldn't find her anywhere, so they got the police involved and they were able to track her movements to a nearby forest. Although they were never able to find her, they did find her trick-or-treat bag, which was a pumpkin. And the really odd thing about it is that it was filled to the brim with candy corn, and only candy corn. There was no other candy. It was the strangest thing they had ever seen, because usually you don't go trick-or-treating and people just hand you like a huge handful of candy corn and just drop it in your basket. It was like unpackaged single candy corns. There was also a trail of candy corn leading to a river in the forest. They wondered if maybe she had fallen in and drifted off, but still no sign of her was ever found. And the legend goes that since her disappearance and assumed death, she shows up every Halloween night to any kid that had gone trick-or-treating. She'll appear before you when your parents have gone to bed, and you'll know it's her because she has 2 pieces of candy corn instead of eyes. She'll pull one off her face and hand it to you, and she wants to trade you a candy corn for one of your pieces of candy that you found while trick-or-treating. And if you accept her offer and make the trade, she will leave without a word. She won't bother you, she won't speak to you, she won't do anything. But if you refuse her, or run away, or call for help, she'll grab your arm and drag you into the depths of the forest before you have a chance to even realize what's happening, leaving a pile of candy corn in place of where she took you. And it's said that for any brave souls that really want to meet her but are too old for trick-or-treating, it is said that any time during the month of October, if you lie down in bed at midnight and put 2 pieces of candy corn over your eyes, she may just come to visit you. Just make sure that you have candy that you can trade with her if she does, because you know what happens if you don't. So be careful. And yes, I do feel like we should really try this on the vlog channel, even though I'm kind of scared to do it. And lastly, we have a story called Walking Home that I do feel like has to do with the girl with the candy corn eyes. I found this story about a guy that was walking home at night after a Halloween party. The street was empty and quiet, and he suddenly started hearing footsteps behind him. He turned around and saw this girl standing far down the road. She was holding a trick-or-treat bag, and he thought that she must have been wearing some kind of mask because her face looked very strange, especially her eyes. But it was so hard to see her facial features from her standing so far away. She was kind of a silhouette in the fog down the street, and she began walking slowly towards him, holding her trick-or-treat bag out in front of her and slowly pulling something out of it and dropping it on the road. And every step she took, she would drop something, almost like she was leaving a trail of candy. He called out to her, but she didn't answer. She just kept getting closer and closer, and he felt like he was frozen in fear. Finally, he began running home, not looking back. And the next morning when he was walking to school, he could see a trail of candy corn on the pavement. And that's how that one ends. So obviously he had some sort of encounter with the candy corn-eyed girl. Thankfully, she did not get close enough to him to offer her one of her candy eyes. He got away just in time. But I really did find this story really interesting, and I had to tell you guys, especially around Halloween. If you want me to do a few more Halloween stories before this month is up, give this video a thumbs up and let me know. And don't forget, if you would like to enter to win the Halloween backdrop, just follow me on Instagram and send me a DM telling me what your favorite movie is to watch around Halloween. But I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!